What is going on, you motherfuckers? HR Falcons 22 back here again, doing a Snus review for you guys this time. And before I do any goddamn reviewing, Ryan's arm is going to be in the shot. We're watching 2.5 Men right now. It's really awesome, actually. Before I go into the review, if one more motherfucker or one more anybody just asks me, well, you need to get a mud jug, man. I'm losing a lot of respect for you because you're not spitting in a mud jug. Just go fuck yourself. Please go fuck yourself right now. If one more person says something like, hey man, you really need to get a mud jug, I will find out where you live, I will come over to your house, I will fucking do unspeakable things to you, and then I'll set you on fire. So, for the last time, I have a mud jug. I definitely have a mud jug. It's at my house because I'm currently in South Carolina taking summer classes because I'm fucking retarded. So, there you go. And I didn't have room in my luggage to fit my mud jug. So, there you have it. That's why I don't have a mud jug. That's why I'm stuck spitting into this veritable treasure trove of spitters that we have over here. So, yeah, don't fucking blame me for it. Like, even if a dipper isn't spitting in a mud jug, it doesn't mean that he's like a faggot because he doesn't have a mud jug. Like, mud jugs are just a nice touch. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get right into the review. I have been so excited to finally do a review on Snus, Swedish Snus, actually. More accurately, because Swedish Snus is the real shit. American Snus is an absolute fucking joke, like if you don't know already. American Snus, Camel, Marlboro, Skull Bandits, anything like that is just absolute child's play compared to real Swedish Snus. And actually, I was looking this up actually just before I started making this review. But some of the American Snus brands have like maybe 3.5 milligrams of nicotine per can in them, and like as a basis of comparison, I think Dip has anywhere from like 8 to 9. Like it's just a ridiculous, like American Snus is so much lower in nicotine, and you actually have to dip, like you have to take a lot more little portions of American Snus to get the same buzz that you would get from one pouch of true Swedish Snus. So I will be doing a review on General today, the General Snus. And if you're sitting there and you're dumb and you don't know shit about the world and you're like, hey, well, like, what's Snus, man? Like, what's the difference between that and Dip? That's okay, because I didn't know the difference between Snus and Dip either. I thought they were like the same thing, and Snus was just a fancier, more sophisticated way of saying Dip. That was when I was like dumb and 12 years old or something. I don't even fucking know. But, so the main difference, to answer that question, the main difference between Swedish Snus and American Dip, obviously, is going to be the curing process, number one. The curing process for American Dip is fire cured, and because of that, when you fire cure tobacco leaves like we do here in America, it leads to a much higher concentration of tobacco-specific nitrosamines, which are the carcinogenic agents in American Dip. More specifically, the number, I think, for parts per million is somewhere around like 27.3 parts per million of tobacco-specific nitrosamines in American Dip. Now, by contrast, Swedish Snus has 3.5 parts per million for tobacco-specific nitrosamines. And cigarettes, as we all know, because cigarettes are just like crazy unhealthy for you, cigarettes have over 1,000 parts per million of tobacco-specific nitrosamines. So keep that in mind. Obviously, Snus is going to be a lot healthier for you than Dip, but when you take the two of them and compare them to cigarette smoking, the difference becomes absolutely very clear. You're much better off either snoozing or taking even an American Dip than you are smoking cigarettes. So, but that aside, if you have never taken a lip of Snus before, Snus comes pre-packaged. It's a really fine cut tobacco. It's finer cut than almost any American Dip out there. And this stuff, it comes in kind of like a tea bag portion, just like this. It looks like a pouch, and you're gonna be like, oh, well, like you're a pussy. Why don't you just get loose cut Snus? Loose cut Snus, if you don't have a portion maker, is like the hardest thing to get in your lip ever. And I don't have a portion maker, so I didn't want to get the loose Snus, so I just went for the portions. but you can get loose snus. And it's pretty much just like a can full of this, but it's full of this really, really fine cut tobacco. And if you have a little portion maker, it's what you do for snus is you make a portion, and it's called a pris, I believe. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. P-R-I-S. And that's the portion that you kind of like form with your hand and everything, and then you put in your lid. Now, by contrast from American Dip, you do not put this like an American Dip in your lower lid. Don't do that. If you do that in front of a Swedish person, they'll look at you like you're retarded, because you are. So instead, when you take a little portion of snus, put it in your upper lip, right up in here. Yeah, Ryan's looking at me really weird. Right, Ryan? I got Ryan to take.
I'm learning right now.
I got Ryan to take one of these the other night, and he really liked it. Right, Ryan?
I did.
So, I'm gonna go one portion in this side and another portion in this side. So now I just look like I'm oh my God, I look like the Joker. What the fuck is this bullshit? My father was a drinker and a fiend. So the best part, of course, about Swedish snus is the fact that you can swallow it. You can swallow it as much as you want. It's not going to burn your throat. Like, I know that if I try and, God, I look fucking ridiculous right now. I'm going to look at this later. Like, I'm going to show my grandkids this. They're going to be like, wow, Grandpa, you were a huge faggot. And I'll be like, yeah, I really was. But so the good thing about snus, obviously, is that you can swallow it. This makes it great for working, school, anything where spitting on the ground is not acceptable. Snus is great for that. Additionally, in Sweden, snus is very popular even as a smoking cessation aid, and that's because it gives you a much bigger nicotine hit without the need to constantly keep shoving portions into your mouth like you would be with American snus. So a lot of people use, if you're trying to quit smoking or just, quit tobacco altogether, snus is a great way. It's a good investment. It's a good way to have enough snus on you, enough tobacco on you to get the job done, and it'll kind of cure you of the withdrawal symptoms that you would get. If you try and quit smoking cigarettes with American snus, you'll have to go through like 3 to 4 little tins of American snus per day, because the nicotine content in those things is just absolutely like beyond low. It's like my little sister, she's 14. Fuck, I don't know. Kylie, if you're watching these videos, I'm really sorry. I don't remember how old you are. But you could take it, Kylie, if you're watching, my little sister, you could take a lip of snus or a lip of American snus and probably not buzz that much, even though you've never taken a dip before in your life. So that just goes to show. Don't dip American snus unless you're like a 14-year-old girl. But anyways, so general, obviously, snus, this is a wintergreen flavor. Swedish snus actually comes in a variety of very exotic flavors, the likes of which would probably not be found in American Dip. The most exotic brand, or the most exotic flavor, I guess, I've ever had of American Dip has been probably Skull Vanilla, but Skull Peach, Berry, all those are up there. Now, the other bad thing about American Dip compared to snus, this doesn't have any sugar in it. This has no added sugar. The ingredients in snus, I mean, sure, it probably has some flavoring because of the wintergreen and everything, but if you were to just go get an original can of just straight snus portions, the ingredients in this, in a can of just normal snus, are going to be really fine grade tobacco, salt, and water. Those are the only three. Those are the only three things that go into snus. And I was actually reading up on the process before this. It's been that way since snus was really invented. I think it was like the late 1800s, and then the snus industry kind of came under the auspice of the Swiss government, or the Swedish government rather. Switzerland, Sweden? I always get them mixed up. I'm dumb. But anyways, so you can swallow this. Obviously, I haven't been spitting. I've been swallowing this entire time. I really, really like snus. I took a while to kind of warm up to it for sure. The one good thing, additionally, about there not being any sugar in this is that it's not going to rot your teeth. It's not going to yellow your teeth or, fuck up your gums as badly as American Dip will. So just keep that in mind. Snus is a really great option. Yes, it can be a little bit more expensive, but I know I found this at that gas station, over the Citgo. probably the worst fucking gas station I've ever been in my entire life. The place just looks like it's gonna get robbed any second because it probably gets robbed like every other day. I almost got in a fight with a black dude there too when I was buying my can the other day. It was great. I almost get in a fight. Fuck, why can't I talk? Probably because I look like the fucking Joker right now. But yeah, so this stuff I know was like 99 cents for this can, and I was like, yo, that's a steal right there. So I even got Bethany to take I got my lady friend, my accounting lady friend, who comes over and she studies with me. I got her to take a lip of Snus, so maybe she'll come over soon. Hopefully not, because I actually have to get shit done. But maybe I can get her to, I don't know, join in another Snus review or something like that. But so there you have it. That was pretty much just the differences between American Dip and Swedish Snus. So if you're interested or you have anything else to, I don't know, add to the conversation about Snus, feel free to let me know. Again, this stuff is fucking awesome. I absolutely love it. I definitely will be starting to chew to dip Snus a little bit more. So I don't even know what I would give it as like a final rating, because I haven't tried enough Snus to really know, like, have an acquired taste for it. But as I kind of delve more into the Snus culture and, you know, different Snus flavors and everything, I'll be sure to post some more reviews on those. So thank you guys for watching, and what's another good Joker line from the movie, from The Dark Knight? What's another good line? Why so serious?
I know the Bane line's much better.
Bane is our favorite. We watched, okay, so Ryan and I, on a final note, Ryan and I, like, well, the other night, we watched The Dark Knight, or no, we watched Rises. We watched The Dark Knight Rises, but the day before that, we had watched The Dark Knight, and then the day before that, we had watched Batman Begins. So we've literally just been running around quoting Batman movies, like, the whole day. And it's like, so, you've come back to die with your city. Or, what's your favorite line, Ryan?
There's so much you like about this.
Gosh, I don't know.
Sophisticated.
Doesn't matter who we are.
That would be extremely painful for you. So, anyways, enough of that shit. Thank you guys again for watching. Apologies for the quicker Snus review this time. I will be coming back doing another dip review shortly, and or probably just doing another dip video for fun, because I feel like I've been off YouTube for a while, and that's because I'm done with class in 4 days, actually 3 days. Oh my god. So I can't even wait. I'm gonna go back to Colorado. I'm gonna promptly take a dip with my friends, and I'll probably make another review then. So thank you guys again for watching, and keep on dipping.